You mentioned earlier about running intercepts on the Soviets with everything turned off. That I guess is one of the things that you would question about going into combat, whether or not these systems that rely on electronic emissions, whether they're going to be turned on, whether or not they'll still work in a jamming environment, whether or not the skills that are required to manually get back on the boat have atrophied because there's been a reliance on technology. Where's the balance?
Well, we did entire deployments without any radar. The ship turned off the tack ends, and they were very serious about maintaining integrity, of their electronic footprint. We did a lot of deceptive things where you would have carrier-like emissions from another ship, or you would do deceptive approaches, and so this was very much on their mind. I don't know today. There are a lot of systems that have been created that are GPS based, which allow you to find out where you are relative to the ship using GPS, relative GPS, which doesn't really use emissions from the platform itself. And so that helps. And then a lot of the new carrier landing approach systems that go from the ship to the airplane itself are low probability intercept signals, and so they've tried to maximize your opportunity to remain outside of maintain your electronic emissions, manage that. So ultimately, with today's satellite coverage and all of the systems going on, trying to hide from the enemy is much harder, just because of all the other sensors that are out there, heat sensors, satellites that they're watching motion. So the game evolves, and so it just has to be put into your tactics. In the old days, it was control your emissions and scare the hell out of yourself coming back to the boat. I flew a couple of missions in the Bering Sea where the Russians were trying to find us north of the Aleutian Islands, where I was shot off in the middle of the night in the middle of snowstorms with the ship was not going to turn on anything. And then we'd go up and chase the Soviets around and then have to find the ship. And you could use the radar to find, you had a place where you thought it was, going to be, then you just have to make your way back and find it. And, those were very challenging missions for sure.